Best coaches in the game, we really ain't playing. We regroup up in the Slack chat where the coaches debrief. We be piecing these puzzles, occupy the chunk of the pie. Ain't no lie when we hit the block, helmets, casket is top. You be seeing helmet after helmet, helmet after helmet. First place, second place, fifth place, eighth place, 12th place, 15, 16, 20. So many helmets, you got blurred vision, we got too many. Get the check. Oh man, shit. They got us fucked up. Army, regroup. We pledge always to have that edge. We don't fire warning shots. Competition just dropped. We locked and loaded before lock. Whatever the time, yeah. Do you even correlate?
Being the best requires a willingness to outwork your competition. There's always someone smarter, faster, sharper, more naturally gifted to come around.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Josh Thomas, a.k.a. DFS Up North from DFS Army, here with another Fore Thoughts PGA podcast where I give you my 4 thoughts for this week's PGA Tour event. And we have the undisputed 5th major, the Players Championship this week. DK is loaded with contests. There's a Millie Maker. There's tons of good contests out there this week, so I am super excited. We are at TPC Sawgrass. Pete died. This is where we ended it last year. I was crushing. I had Christian Bazunho. I had Hideki. I was core Hideki last year. We shot -9 on day 1. And then they shut us down. And that was the end of golf for 3 months. And we had to play outlaw golf in Arizona for a couple of months there. And we muddied our way through and got back to it. But here we are. We're going to have fans on the course again. I am super excited for this week's Player Championship. I love the move to March and what it does for some of our lineup construction and what guys that we can play here and maybe we haven't been able to in the past. We're going to get to that here in a second. But again, DFS Army, if you are not a DFS Army VIP, you can use that code Up North. That gets you 10% off VIP membership. Today is Monday when I'm recording this. Ideally, right? Wednesday. Get in on Wednesday. If you're going to try us out for a week, it's $19.99. Get in on Wednesday. You get it Wednesday to Wednesday. You get into next week's event as well. Get all of our content for PGA. But really what you want to do is that VIP membership for $69.99 a month. You get 10% off of that. That gets you access to all of our sports. We had a 100K winner in NASCAR this weekend. We had multiple thousandaires in PGA. We've been crushing. So you want to become a VIP. That gets you access to everything. All right, forethought number 1. I love these major fields because we get soft pricing. What do I mean by soft pricing? All right, what that means is that you can basically play whoever you want for the most part. We get, you can stack 2 studs and still feel pretty good about your lineup. This field maybe isn't as strong as other majors, but there's some value down low. There's one particular guy that I really love that is priced at 6,100 that our VIPs are going to be all over this week. But again, I can't give that out for here for free. Are you kidding me? So we get these ownership bubbles, all right, where you find guys that are going to be super popular, all right? So looking at a range this week that I think that we're going to see some fairly low ownership is this 8K range, all right? What we're going to see is with that soft pricing, guys are going to try to be able to hammer in 3 guys above 9K. All right. So that means that this 8K range is going to be well under owned. And some of these guys, like I think Sungjae will be popular. I love Sungjae, by the way. Like we got to go back here. Can we just talk about the money picture of Sungjae in here? Like my boy, like I am a Sungjae truther through and through. Sungjae season. Sungjae is going to be popular. Casey might garner some ownership. Hatton was strong on the weekend, but you're going to get guys like Danny Berger, who we haven't seen in a couple of weeks, who's elite. Patrick Reed, who is criminally under-owned every single week. Jason Day, who I thought was great last week, tee to green. Adam Scott, who, recently has been struggling a little, but again, world-class player at 8,100. Matthew Fitzpatrick, who's been just fantastic lately too. Like these guys are all going to be right at that like 8, 9, even lower percentage owned. And that means it's for me, what I like to do in that situation is I want to get all these guys in my player pool. Then I'm just going to double the field on them. Right. So it's not hard for me to get 16% Matt Fitzpatrick, 16% Adam Scott, even 12% like a Jason Day. I just want to get leverage here, right? So I'm gonna really focus on more of a balanced build this week because I think there's a ton of talent here in this mid tier. I'm still gonna get up. I'm gonna grab a Rory. I'm gonna grab especially a JT. Love JT this week. But there is soft pricing and that creates these little bubbles of ownership, and we can leverage that. As we go on, forethought number 2, accuracy off the tee doesn't matter. So if you go back, all right, long-term at TPC Sawgrass, you just look at the course, you say, oh my God, this is tight. There's bunkers, there's hazards. Like, you really got to find fairways off the tee. And just looking at it, that makes sense, all right? And you look at course history here, outside of the year Rory won, that's really true. But what you got to remember is that they moved this event that's been played in May since 2006. So really 12 years of our current data has been in May, right? Rory was the first year that they played it in March. And then Decky last year going bonkers, -9 for one round. That's all we have at this new course. And really, it is a new course, all right? Because of the big change in the time of year. What they have done to make this course look good on TV, and this is a little secret, is they have fertilized the piss out of this course, right? There's tons of fertilizer. They've overseeded with rye and POA. And what that's done is this made this course look beautiful for TV, which is what they want. All right. It is green. It is a lush. It looks fantastic. All right. It doesn't look like your normal Florida golf course in March, which is pretty yellow. All right. And because of that, because of all that fertilization, and then they're going to cut it, like, there is not a bad lie on this course. As long as you aren't blocked out by a tree and you are, or in a bunker or in a hazard, you can pretty much hit this wherever you want. Like, you hit it into the rough here. It is not the same rough that they are playing in May. It is easy to get out of. There is not, they are fluffed up, easy lies pretty much everywhere because of the overseeding and fertilization. So, like, this idea that you need to be really, really good off the tee at this course is kind of BS. All right. Like, that's why I love a guy like this weekend. I shouldn't share this because he's a core play from the institute, but I love a Justin Thomas. He's been struggling off the tee, right? Not hitting a ton of fairways. And I think people are going to shy away from him this week because of that, but he's an elite value at his price tag. And I'm not as worried about having to find fairways here to contend. We saw Rory and Ram do it a couple of years ago. And you know what? If you can find fairways, great. I think that is a benefit. So a guy that bombs it, and it's a long way, like Keegan Bradley, who I think has been playing pretty well lately, I don't mind taking some chances there. But don't make this idea, or don't have this idea that if you don't find fairways, you're in trouble, because this course isn't the same one that we're used to seeing in May, that Webb Simpson won at and Matt Kuchar won at, because they found a ton of fairways. All right. The key, again, this was a key last week too. And if you look at the top 5 from last week, very similar to the top 5 from this week. I ain't showing you the top 5. I just gave you a hint. All right, you got to become a DFS Army VIP. But scoring on these short par 5s is really important. There are 3 short par 5s, 1 long par 5 on this course. I say that I don't think this course is like, there's not a bad lie, but it's still long. It's still a beast. The greens are undulating. They do sort of level the field, I think, with some of the overseed on them, that you don't need to be a great putter to win here. And we look back at some of the winners and you know, guys, there's some good putters, but there's guys like Sergio and Siwoo Kim and Rory, right? Not guys that we know of as great putters. So, but beyond the point, short par 4s are where you can score. You have to take advantage of them. The long par 5, maybe a birdie hole, but I think we're going to see a lot of pars there. Taking advantage of these short par 5s are key, and to be able to do that, you got to be long. So I love chasing some of these guys who are bombers here. But even a guy like Justin Rose, who is going to be part of, I almost put the 7K range in here because I think there's some really nice bubble guys in there for ownership. Rosie WD'd with back spasms. He was like just mad that he made a 9 on a par 4. Like, he didn't have back spasms. Are you kidding me? Rosie's fine. Play Justin Rose this week. This is another great course for him. I thought he looked fantastic leading into Saturday. Hit a couple in the water, and he said, screw it, right? It's going to keep his ownership down in the low single digits this week. Jump all over it because he's a great par 5 scorer. You want to know who the top 5 are? Via DFS Army VIP. And my final forethought is that course history at Pete Dye courses isn't real. I am a course history truther at times, but where places where I really, you can really see that it doesn't matter all the time. You look here, like, especially these Pete Dye courses with lots of hazards, like crazy stuff happens. You look at Rory, right? 89th and 18, first. Xander, second, 81st, right? Like there is like this huge disparity of results at time. Webb, former winner here, had a couple of 112th, 87th. Cantlay back-to-back top 25s and then rounds it out with 102nd last year. Finau has sort of come through and gotten better every year, so maybe he's a guy that we want to jump on. Same with Dustin Johnson. But you can't rely on course history here too much, right? Guys sort of come out of nowhere. Even guys that you don't feel like are good fits, play them this week, right? I love this event because the leaderboard is so varied, and it's just always guys who are playing well at that time. We always see randoms show up on this leaderboard. So for me, I'm going to look at a little bit bigger player pool this week than I'm used to. I'm not going to have a super tight core. I've actually expanded like my core plays from 4 to 5 this week for our DFS Army VIPs. So that's a bit of a rarity for me. I don't usually go that far. But again, that's just, I think the strategy this week is to get a little crazy, have a little fun at an event like this with the soft pricing and try to exploit some of those ownership bubbles and hopefully come out on the right side of that. If you want more info about this event, right? If you want to get involved in our research station with all of that data that you can sort through yourself, if you don't want to listen to me, right? If you do want to listen to me, you can access our cheat sheets. I'm in there, Taco's in there. We got cheat sheets for 4-day, tiers, showdown, the whole shebang. Fanduel, DraftKings, it's all. I'm putting up prize picks plays every week. Smashed on Super Draft last week. So there is all of this content. If you just want the PGA content, you can try it weekly, $10. Give us a try, right? Try it monthly for $30, or you just pay for the whole year at $300. All right. But what you really want to do, right? If you really want the full DFS Army experience, which I think you do, again, I talked about it last week. We are changing people's lives. It's that DFS Army VIP membership, $69.99 a month. That's per month, auto recurring. Use that code up north, you can get 10% off for life. And you can end up, winning life-changing money like this guy, Tilta Polly, $20,000 a couple of weeks ago. Ghostface Killa had a second place finish in a big GPP last week. I think he turned $3 into $4,000 for PGA. We saw a NASCAR guy win $100K. Like that's life-changing money, guys. And I think it's the best value in DFS and the best content. So not only are you getting the best value, but you're getting the best content too. So use that code up north, hit me up. If you have any questions, right, you can hit me up on Twitter. If you are a DFS Army VIP and you're watching this, which you should be, because I'm dishing out some good info here, you can hit me up in Slack too. All right. So peace, guys. Good luck this week. I should be on with Keg later in the week, talking about some of my favorite bets, the betting side of this. I think there's some really good values out there for that too. So have a fantastic week, guys. And hopefully we see you in the DFS Army Slack chat soon.